Now, this indictment is finna go from bad to worse because I can only imagine that with everything going on and the police are pulling up to no jumper to look for you, the last thing that you want to do is consider yourself an elite member of any type of criminal organization. But with that all being said, we have Munchie B talking about what we all know, WACK100 cannot go around the Bloods. It's a flu flammer, skulldugger. It's an extremely larcenous situation. We finna go ahead and slide into this content. Without no further ado, don't man, let's see exactly what it is, what it ain't, and what it's gonna be in these YouTube streets.
Guess who wasn't in attendance? Wack 304. Why? Cause he couldn't come. It ain't cause he was too busy. It ain't because his loader rider was messed up.
His loader rider, not the loader rider, anything but the loader rider.
It ain't because it wasn't because of none of that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Simply because you wasn't welcome. You're not welcome.
Welcome. It's a W-E-L, not a W-A-C. Welcome
amongst the blood brims and Pyros. You are not boo. Okay? You hang around that freaky dude that was on the Fresh Outta Love tour. Third, and the weird homie from Fruitown.
Oh, you talking about old boy that allegedly did old girl. Yeah, okay, got it.
You hang with the Three Stooges, and they couldn't even usher you in there. Let's be real, bro. You's a loser on Bloods, right?
And this episode of Morals Over Money is brought to you by Cutwater. Get it all off your chest. Say who knows best with a Cutwater. Shout out to Cutwater, man.
I had to throw that intro because I heard Joe Moses came out and did his thing. Shout out JM. WACK100 name drop JM a whole lot. Guess what, WACK100? You can't tell me nothing about Joseph Allen. You can't tell me about nothing about Lil Joe Bucket. Joe Moses, you can't tell me nothing about that man. Been around him my whole life. Since you D-Ride so much, call him and ask him. I know the whole family, bro. They know my whole family. He know me.
Munchie B is fed the fudge up with WACK100. He's had enough.
He know Ascari. He know Munchie B. Ask him. Dead homies, right? Bring up Big Y into my Cali swag district. I know all members. Rest in peace, M-Bone. Rest in peace, Third. Shout out Young. Shout out Smooth. Ask him all about me. Yeah, Third was banging Inglewood family in elementary, second, third grade. I know all of them. I'm from Inglewood for real. Stop playing. Come on, bro. Got songs with Big Y and Red Rum. You can't play with me, Weenie 100. You can't do it. He always name dropping this shit, bro. But however, as of recently, bro, YG in the game had a versus. You know what I'm saying? And they did their thing so much that Crips got mad. Man, I ran across something, man. Crip Mac was going off, man. The Bloods looked so good. You know what I'm saying? But even
I don't think Crip Mac was upset.
Gee, bro. I remember being in the county jail. You know what I'm saying? They sent the XXL magazine down to my cell, and YG was on the cover. He had the big YG chain on, no shirt under the Letterman jacket, the red and white Letterman jacket, 501s, the red Chucks. I'm like, oh, he did that. Proud for sure. But like I said, the verses. All right, play the first Gerb. Go ahead.
Damn, you don't want to go versus?
Yes, I do. What do you mean? I do with this West Coast.
I'm making music and putting this shit out. If it's up, if it's down.
I'm the best rapper from Compton.
Ain't allowed nowhere. Pyro peace march. It's a march for peace. You 50. You supposed to want peace amongst black men. Couldn't go. The pop out. It was monumental for the West Coast. Kendrick did his thing, put on for the West Coast. couldn't go.
I was there.
YG, Game, Bumped in Pyro's face off, do a versus, do they thing. Bro, you from Pyro. Bumped is the birth of Pyro. You couldn't go. All right, I'm gonna stop and go with the first Gerb. All right, go ahead.
It was on you.
I get a comment.
Got a little tricky.
This is from a fake account. Zero post. They said, "Hey Wack, why didn't you show up to the Pyro Peace Walk?"
A lot of people have been saying that.
First of all, I don't walk nowhere. Second of all,
I would assume YG probably doesn't walk anywhere that often, right?
Second of all, why didn't they show up to my meeting I just inked for $200 million?
Yeah, Wack. Stop making up reasons why you can't come outside, bro.
Listen, man.
Their thing was more of a public event,
Listen.
right? Why would anybody go to a meeting?
No, listen what I'm saying.
All right, pause.
That
200
Adam just made a hell of a point. Why the hell would these dudes be coming to your meeting? One does not equate to the same thing as the other.
Hey, you a liar. You talking about incredible diapers. There is no $200 million. You're not even worth $200 million. All right, keep going.
politic
Be yet to see anything incredible about a diaper.
been in the works for at least 5-6 years, I know.
Really? It was that big a deal?
Right? And the people you saw ain't the one that politic that. Right? Those are people that don't play on social media.
Okay.
Right? First of all, that wasn't a Pyro Peace Walk. It's two neighborhoods, Treetop and Fruit Town. First of all, right? I'm not from Treetop or I'm not from Fruit Town.
All right, pause.
Let's get this right.
First of all,
The game was there. He's not from Treetop or Fruit Town.
was Treetop, Fruit Town, and bumped the neighborhood Pyro. And that set the precedent. You know what I'm saying? Well,
Precedent. Precedent. Words are hard. Not president. We're not. No Donald Trump here.
when you spark the flame, it started fires. So guess what? Now you got the mobs in the Lotus Parks. They getting along. It started something. You as a black man at 50 years old should have been front and center and been willing to back that, right? That's all I'm saying. All right, keep going.
Right? If it was not what I did see, I saw Game over there. They was hollering where Game can't go. Game was over there by himself. He didn't even tell us he was going, right?
Pause.
I saw a lot of other homies from West Side.
Why would Game have to tell you where he going and he's from Bompton? Why would he have to do that? Make no sense. Nobody said where Game couldn't go. I never heard Game couldn't be in Bompton ever in my life. You sound crazy. All right, keep going.
Yeah, I've never heard anybody say that. Now, we've heard that a lot about Wack, but I think that that's just kind of isolated to him.
Shit like over there. But that's a lot of people I didn't see. So shout out to YG for, putting the light on it. He from Treetop. And whoever else participated in it.
For what it?
Understand this. Wack dictates Wack. I'm never going to be where you expect me to be. I'm not the common man.
Well, that's not your shit. You're from a different place, right?
Exactly. There's no need for me. That's their thing.
Right.
Right? I'm not a gangbanger.
All right,
I'm from
pause.
Pyro, that's where I'm from. I can't forget.
Hey, Adam trying to understand this is funny. Adam, stay in a New Hampshire place, bro. It's not where you from, right? It don't matter. He from Pyro. Period.
Yeah, Wack is just getting Adam lost in a whole bunch of jargon that really means absolutely nothing. The fact of the matter is, Wack wasn't where he was supposed to be amongst his constituents.
Period. I'm from Inglewood. I'm an Inglewood Damo. I got love for blood, brim, and Pyro. If there's anything going on in Bompton, you know what I'm saying, and I can lend a hand, and I will do it. I'm a further the movement, so we could.
Yeah, and with the Draco the Ruler situation going on, you probably don't want to say anything about furthering the movement in any reference to any type of gang situation, considering that whole Flu Flammer situation, despite the fact that you weren't there. I really don't think that you have any physical attributes to add to the situation. There's a thing called a RICO and a federal conspiracy, and you, my friend, are talking yourself into one with this admission of affiliation. So let's just probably not continue to do that.
accomplish what we trying to accomplish. Period. So it don't matter. It don't matter about that. That's not where you from. It don't matter. Where he from is only two Damu and Pyro hoods in the valley. Liggett Street and 2Ps. Nigga, it's blood. I don't give a fuck where you from. There's blood and Pyro, nigga. On blood. So there's no excuse. I'm done with that clip though. But Adam, you have no understanding, and he ain't the person to talk to get the understanding. I keep telling you this, Adam Graham Mason. You're not listening. But I'm about to keep it pushing to the next clip on why he can't go where he want to go as a 50-year-old as senior citizen. Crater face, senior citizen. All right, next clip.
Weren't you talking about being in the Not Like Us video shoot?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Because, I mean, there's a clip on No Jumper, and it was titled, Why Wasn't Wack at Kendrick's Not Like Us video shoot? You're in the actual clip.
Me?
Yeah.
What did it say? Play it.
Over the weekend, we saw
Well, yeah, nigga, you would be you. You would be the person.
nearly every notable blood coming together in LA behind Kendrick. Where were you?
If I want to talk to Kendrick or see Kendrick, I can talk to Kendrick or see Kendrick. I talk to Top Dog at least twice a week, right? The whole team is family, right? What Kendrick was there to do, right? What did it have to do with me? That's real.
And so forth and so forth.
All right,
That's real.
pause.
And you gotta remember.
Now, Vlad know what he's saying is BS, right? Now, Kendrick, he made a statement, well, not like us, he shook the world. You couldn't turn on the radio without hearing it. He put a lot of up-and-coming West Coast artists on the GNX project. Wack being a quote-unquote manager or a CEO,
And supposed to be a voice of the West, and supposed to be a tangible figure in the West.
you would think him trying to be a staple in the West Coast, he would be there. Was he? No. Okay? Now, you don't got more bread than Top Dog of TDE. You don't got more status than Top Dog of TDE. More connections or more accolades as far as music go.
That's definitely true. That's for sure true. There's no reason why Wack shouldn't be there rubbing elbows with what should be his peers.
So who are you to say where you ain't gonna pop out at if he's there? It's a West Coast movement. Everybody pop out. It was friends that, well, I don't know about now. They were friends of Drake, and they came to the pop out because they from the West Coast. Shout out LeBron. I think Serena Williams used to date Drake. She was there. She's from the West Coast. Shout out Serena. Russell Westbrook, he don't play for no LA team, but with the Lusinger High School, originally from LA, and he was there. Where was your antennas?
Somebody else was there too. I can't remember who. It was a basketball player, because when things started fighting, I remember me and him kind of sliding like out this little situation. Who was this guy's name? I gotta remember.
All right,
Who was the basketball player that Drake got mad at?
keep going.
Oh, DeMar DeRozan. That's who it is. DeMar DeRozan. That's who it is. People started fighting. DeMar DeRozan. If anybody knows DeMar DeRozan, I'm the nigga that saved you from that big ass crowd. You just finna get, you remember when we were outside the arches of the Compton Courthouse? Yes, sir.
Remember, like, not for nothing, Vlad, I was telling my brothers on my way here, I'm like,
Fuck that bitch.
somebody invites me to the club. You know where I go to live? To go see my brother, Headliner Mike, for the running. I don't go to live for live because
Change your
I
subjects.
done lived and lived a zillion times.
Were you considering going to the pop-up?
Hell no.
Kendrick's concert?
Hell no.
Not at all. I was in my I'm one of those dudes that where if you're not on me about it, I forget. I was in my studio, reconstructed my podcast room, stressing the fuck out because I couldn't find one
Never did see anything come out of that podcast room, did we?
of my pod stands, right? So by the time I realize it, I go to looking for the guy. I'm like, hey, bro, where you at? Because I know you know where this stuff is at. He like, the concert, this is how I knew it was over 8 o'clock. The concert's over 8 o'clock sharp. I'm like, what concert? right? He liked the Kendrick concert. So I totally forgot. Personally, that's when I hit Game. I said, Game, did you go to the... He like, nah, bro, you know, I'm at home with the missus. She pregnant.
All right, pause.
So I'm like, okay, I'm at the studio. So I was in the studio till like...
All right, shout out Game. I'm not gonna speak on Game. We gonna give Game his flowers. He's did a great show alongside YG. As far as the pop out go, I'm not gonna talk about Game. Now, this man said he was busy trying to get his podcast room together. The pop out was what, how many years ago? Maybe a little under 2. It's 2026. Where's his podcast room? 6'8".
Well, that was in the studio that Kim took from him, his real wife, because he was in a public divorce because he cheated on his real wife with R&B and public infidelity.
78 Beck Avenue. Well, I was on the phone with Poetic Flacco. We found out together it was an eviction on that building. Talking about that studio, there is no podcast room. The one you called me trying to recruit me, oh, you want to be a host on the underground podcast? Of course not. Nigga, this Bloods. I'm not fucking with you. Man, we want black men to get along. Whether it's Damu and Damu, Cripper Blood, it's a step towards mankind. You didn't go to that. It's the pop out. The West Coast, we making a resurgence, bro. K-Dot doing it up for us. You didn't pop out to that. And now to the original, you know.
That is Drunky B, man. That man is faded.
No topic, man. The verses, YG versus Game, West Coast legends, Bompton natives. Was WACK100 there? Of course not. But I'm gonna play this, stop and go, and we gonna see why he didn't go and what was his excuse. You know what I'm saying? All right, go ahead.
I heard that joke you cracked.
What was the joke?
Somebody said something in the chat talking about Wack's outside with the feds.
Oh yeah, at the versus battle, that you were outside in a white van with the feds.
But this is what I don't.
Somebody said it in the chat. I just.
But this is what I don't understand.
That was pretty funny.
Is the versus private or is it in shit on social media for everybody to see?
Well, it's live.
It's live.
Yeah.
So the world can see it.
Yeah.
So why would the feds need to be outside in the van?
All right,
maybe there's things happening at the event.
All right, that's an excuse, bro. Right? You didn't go because, again, you wasn't able to, or you wasn't invited. Okay. Now, how the feds work, it could be a live event, but if they able to get invasive and be there in person, they're going to be there
Hey, I wouldn't doubt if it was undercovers in there. Now that we're talking about it out loud, I never thought about it until this exact moment, but I wouldn't doubt if at that versus there were undercover feds.
in person. You know why? Let's just say if they're investigating anything, they account right there and then, like watching it, eyewitness, it hold way more credibility than just watching it live. That's why. Maybe if the feds is there in person, they could see people with a gun hanging out their pocket, or they could see identifying tattoos, or that's why. Bar, keep going.
And that they want to know about.
It's live.
But the camera isn't going to capture everything.
You think if the feds want to get into the Apple building, they can't? It was just at the Apple building.
I'm sure they could.
Oh, okay.
If I'm a Fed and there's a blood barbecue at the Apple office,
You know
I'm
there's
tapping
no
in.
law against being a gangbanger.
no, but if you are investigating some gangbangers and they have a summit, I'm pulling up.
What the that got to do with me? I didn't pull up because I was told it was extra police detail requested because of me.
Wack, we know damn well there wasn't no extra police detail requested because of your Tyler telling behind.
Did you have FOMO?
All right,
Huh?
Fear of missing out?
On my daughters, he wasn't told that. On my daughters, he wasn't told it was gonna be extra police presence because of you. On my daughter.
Yeah, nobody told you that, bro. That's just not true at all. That's just a complete lie.
On Inglewood family, you're a liar. I know what you was told, and it wasn't that.
Or flu flammaries.
I know what you was told, and by who.
What was he told and by who, Munchie B?
And it wasn't that. Come on, man. Don't make me expose you and you be showing your thong, you ugly ass nigga. On blood, you lying. Bitch. Alright, keep going.
We kind of.
No, bro, you gotta remember, like,
I had FOMO.
Adam, listen. I'm gonna be real.
I should have been there.
Everything that happened the way
I was listening to it burnt all the way out.
it happened for me, it happened for a reason. Because the game was supposed to use my Chevy to go down there. And R&B will tell you, I've been having a crew on that car for the last week. Everything was perfect on it. Something tells me
I'm tired of R&B being the one that have to tell this. Wack says a lot, man. R&B will tell you. I don't want to hear anything from R&B. Unfortunately, Miss Bradford Jones, if you will. I just don't want to hear anything from you. I don't trust you to be a reliable source. I'm not gonna lie.
man, let me go test drive this motherfucker. Jump on the freeway, get on the gas, make sure everything's cool. Do that. Radiator hose blows. R&B, what time was it when I made that dude get out his bed in LA and come up there? No, that was midnight.
How you gonna ask her and then tell her the time? You asked her and then she gave you an answer and then you said no, it's not it. Then what the fuck you asked her for?
The first dude, I made a dude get out his bed at midnight trying to get the car ready for game.
See, he got caught in his law. You and that lying ass, stanky ass bitch, bro. Hey, look, you lying.
Yeah, I don't say that about people. So Munchie B's response about R&B is she's a lying stinky. You know whatever he called her. I personally, I'm not gonna call her those things.
It have nothing to do with a lowrider. I'm gonna tell you why, bro. I'm gonna tell you why.
Tell us why.
Last month, bro.
Okay.
You have this Chevy. You was on Crenshaw and 71st. You was at that lowrider shop. And you was getting your shit fixed. Whatever they was doing on that Chevy, bro. You was getting it fixed. You was there. You was
on 71st? That's close. Man, that's close.
in a red Chevy. Something else. It was a rental. Not the lowrider. You was in a rental. It was a red car. You was there looking ugly per usual. Right? You was on the phone talking loud. You was on the phone. And then, you know, you was there for a minute. It wasn't and you was even blocked in. If somebody wanted to run up and sock you in your ugly face or do whatever, it could have happened. You was there then. Wack, I'm gonna tell you how I could tell you. I know what I'm talking about, and I'm not lying. Last month. Because the car's fixed. Ain't nothing wrong with it. You're lying.
Damn, 71st and Crenshaw? That's close. And I know exactly what lowrider shop he's talking about. Man. Jesus took the wheel. And you was blocked in? That could have been crazy.
Month, you was there. Since then, that shop moved and it's not there no more.
It's not there no more. He's not lying.
Now tell me if I'm lying, Cash Jones.
He's not lying at all.
Ain't nothing wrong with the lowrider. Game didn't want to use your lowrider. There was already lowriders set to be there the day before the verses at rehearsal. You're lying. You's a bum, a Pyro reject, and that's what it is. Nigga. You ain't allowed nowhere but motherfucking community and no jumper.
That's real talk. That's real talk. You ain't allowed nowhere but community and no jumper.
But I'm gonna lay that shit right there, man. But that was a good one, man. I had fun with that one on Inglewood, bro. I just made this video, and this is a message to the kids, so people don't be sending out a bad message, because one of these kids might want to grow up and be a big bad Pyro like WACK100, and he's not a big bad Pyro. You know what I'm saying? Listen to me. Don't subscribe to the streets. Subscribe to Morals Over Money TV. Believe it, bro. On Inglewood. Ain't nothing out here. Ain't nothing out here. Believe it. On Bloods. But, with that being said, I want everybody to like, hype, subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Be aware every time I drop something. And remember this. Don't bootleg my shit. Hit the subscribe button.
All right, man. Y'all give Munchie B a like, a comment, a good subscribe for everything we got going on. Red dots to the left. You know the rest. Say a prayer and be blessed. We go.